On the morning of September 11th, 2001, America woke up to a nightmare.
We better get out of the way!
Within just a few hours, 4 commercial planes were hijacked.
Our number one got stabbed. Our first class galley flight attendant and our purser has been stabbed.
2 slammed into the World Trade Center in New York. 1 tore into the Pentagon.
There are reports that the Pentagon has been evacuated and the White House is being evacuated.
And a 4th was forced into the ground by its own passengers.
Don't know anything more than that. That's what I heard on the scanner. I just saw the smoke come up and the explosion shook the house clear over here.
Nearly 3,000 innocent lives were lost. Billions of dollars in damage reshaped New York's skyline forever. And for millions watching live on television, the collapsing Twin Towers felt like watching the very heart of America being ripped apart. The next day, President George W. Bush addressed the nation. Freedom itself is under attack.
Today, our fellow citizens, our way of life, our very freedom came under attack.
And we will fight back. The U.S. identified the attackers as members of Al-Qaeda, led by Osama Bin Laden, a Saudi exile already linked to earlier bombings of American embassies in Africa. Washington demanded that the Taliban government in Afghanistan hand him over. The Taliban refused, asking for proof. For the U.S., that refusal meant one thing: war was coming. In October 2001, America and its allies launched Operation Enduring Freedom. Airstrikes rained down on Kabul, Kandahar, and the mountains of Tora Bora. Within weeks, the Taliban regime collapsed, and a new US-backed Afghan government took power. But Osama bin Laden was gone. American forces cornered him in Tora Bora, yet he slipped away, most likely into Pakistan. The Taliban had fallen, but Al-Qaeda was not destroyed. What was meant to be a short mission slowly became the longest war in U.S. history. 2 years later, in 2003, America opened another front, this time in Iraq. The White House claimed Saddam Hussein possessed weapons of mass destruction, but none were ever found. Instead, Iraq fell into chaos. Hundreds of thousands were killed, and extremist groups like ISIS rose from the ashes, spreading violence even further. Meanwhile, in Afghanistan, the Taliban regrouped. By 2005, they were back in the fight, carrying out deadly attacks and regaining lost territory. For nearly a decade, the world's most wanted man remained in the shadows. Occasionally, bin Laden released video messages, mocking the US, justifying the 9/11 attacks, and presenting himself as the face of resistance. But questions lingered. Was he alive? And if so, where was he hiding? The answer came in May 2011. U.S. intelligence tracked him not to a cave in Afghanistan, but to a quiet compound in Abbottabad, Pakistan, just a short distance from the country's military academy. On the night of May 2nd, U.S. Navy SEALs launched a secret raid. Within minutes, Osama bin Laden was dead. His body was buried at sea. President Barack Obama addressed the world, "Justice has been done." The attacks of 9/11 changed the world forever. They sparked 2 decades of war. They claimed hundreds of thousands of lives in Afghanistan, Iraq, and beyond. They transformed air travel, surveillance, and global security. And they left behind mistrust, anger, and broken nations. For Americans, September 11th was the day innocence was lost. For Muslims worldwide, it marked the beginning of suspicion, fear, and persecution. And for the entire world, it was the start of the war on terror, a war that, even after Osama bin Laden's death, never truly ended. September 11th wasn't just a tragedy for America. It was a turning point for humanity, one that reshaped our world in ways we still live with today.